Now, amid the ongoing power tussle in Pakistan, a clear divide between Prime Minister Imran Khan and Army Chief Qamar Javed Bajwa has come to light. Prime Minister Imran Khan, who is likely to face a no-confidence motion tomorrow, had blamed the United States for trying to topple his government and alleged that the US threatened him to quit. Prime Minister Khan had in fact claimed that the opposition was in cahoots with the United States and was part of the larger conspiracy. On the contrary, Pakistan Army Chief General Bajwa has praised America. General Bajwa said Pakistan enjoys close strategic ties with China and the United States, and the country will work to expand its relationship with both countries. Pakistan Army Chief and Prime Minister Khan have locked horns on several occasions in the last 1 year. Imran tried to mend his relationship with the army chief, but not much has changed between the two.
Pakistan enjoys a close strategic relationship with China, demonstrated by our commitment towards Pakistan-China Economic Corridor or CPEC. Equally, we share a long history of excellent and strategic relationship with the United States, which remains our largest export market. We seek to broaden and expand our ties with both countries without impacting our relations with the other.
Amid the ongoing instability in the Pakistan government is the Pakistan military, which has always had the final say. While all fingers currently point at Imran Khan for the economic mismanagement, we bring you the details of the kind of wealth the Pakistan army has raked up over the years. The Pakistan army, through its different trusts, is known to be the biggest business house in Pakistan. Here's more.
Pakistan's armed forces has always had the final say. After ruling the country for half of its history, the Pakistan military, even till date, acts as the towering authority, calling shots behind the scenes. Pakistan's civilian leaders have long clashed with the military. They either go along with the army or stand at risk of being ousted. This time, it's Imran Khan who's fallen out of favor. While all fingers currently point at Imran Khan for economic mismanagement, here's a look at the kind of wealth the Pakistan army has raked up over the years. One of the reasons why they're entrenched in the country's politics. From street corner petrol pumps to banks, sprawling industrial parks, dairy farms, cement plants, schools to bakery houses, the Pakistan army, through its different trusts, is known to be the biggest business house in Pakistan. The Pakistan army controls over 50 conglomerates worth approximately $20 billion. Yes, that's the estimated wealth Pakistan army has generated. In a written response to a question by a senator from the Pakistan People's Party, the then Defence Minister Khwaja Asif admitted there are nearly 50 projects, units and housing colonies functioning in the country under the administrative control of Fauji Foundation, Shaheen Foundation, Bharia Foundation, Army Welfare Foundation, Defence Housing Authorities. The Pakistan Army's most prized assets are the several housing societies in 8 cities of Pakistan. They boast of land worth over 2 lakh crore rupees. Army officers are entitled to receiving prime land at discounted rates. In fact, profits from these businesses are distributed among shareholders, many of whom are now retired soldiers. The Pakistan Army and its corrupt practices have been widely discussed. Aisha Siddiqa, the author who detailed information on Pakistan's military wealth in her book called Military Inc. Inside Pakistan's Military Economy, claims that Pakistan Army's private wealth is split between $10 billion in land and $10 billion in private military assets. She also estimates that military controls 1/3 of all heavy manufacturing in the country and up to 7% of Pakistani private assets. Meanwhile, according to Credit Suisse's February 2022 report, 25 former Pakistan Army officers have accounts in Swiss banks, undeclared assets of about 80,000 crore rupees deposited, 15,000 crore rupees deposited in the account of former ISI chief General Akhtar Abdul Rahman Khan, and 500 accounts linked to 1,400 Pakistani citizens. Some of the most prominent Pakistani army men who've been accused of large-scale corruption include General Shafatullah Shah's property worth 5,000 crores was exposed in London. Former ISI chief Major General Nusrat Naeem's offshore companies worth 2,700 crores came to light. Former Army Chief General Ashfaq Kiani's brothers involved in multi-billion housing scandal in Islamabad. General Asad Dur was found to have undeclared assets worth 2,000 crores in a Swiss bank. General Asim Salim Bajwa invested 22,000 crores in American pizza chain Papa John's. General Rahman allegedly helped funnel billions of dollars in cash and other aid from the United States and other countries to aid Afghanistan's Mujahideen in their fight against the Soviet Union in the 80s. General Parvez Musharraf has built nearly 30 properties, fancy farmhouses, luxury apartments in the Middle East and London, along with houses in Karachi and other Pakistani cities. And it's not as if the Pakistan army is underpaid. A 3-star general retires as a billionaire in Pakistani rupees. Pakistan state gives concessional plots, both commercial and residential, along with huge grants of agricultural land. There are innumerable scandals and sordid stories of financial bungling, of bribery, extortion and more by serving and retired generals for personal profit. There are also reports of their involvement in smuggling rackets and narcotics trafficking. So far in the history of Pakistan, 72 officers above the rank of major have been suspended on charges of corruption. Bureau Report, India Today.